Hi guys, it's Dan K. I'm going to give you guys a very quick run through of intervals.icu. It's a way to track your fitness on the bicycle and it is completely free. If you've ever used Today's Plan or Training Peaks, it's essentially, it does what those things do, but it's all open source, it's completely free, and it's a fantastic tool. So we'll run through how it all works. We'll go through the activity tab in more detail. This is kind of where you're going to upload all your workouts, and they automatically upload from Strava, so make sure you have connected it to Strava. Your fitness tab just shows how fit you are. This blue line is your fitness. I'm not going to run into how they calculated that. You can go to Training Peaks and have a look at how TSS and stress and all that is calculated. But all you have to know really is that this squiggly line here is what you need to pay attention to. So when you're fresh or in the gray zone, you're not really gaining any fitness. You need to be in this optimal green zone to be gaining fitness. And it's very hard to actually keep yourself consistently in that zone without going into this red zone as well. So typically this red zone just means that you're training too hard and you're stressing your body out. So you try to sort of modulate it. And you see, if you don't modulate it, you'll get sick and then you have to build your fitness back up. You can set these like timers down here as well. So I've got 14 hours that I've done here, 13 hour weeks, and it just shows at this point in time with work I'm not that consistent. I am trying to string a few 10-hour weeks and 14-hour weeks together to build my fitness up for the rest of the season. But yeah, it just shows that sometimes you really need to be consistent, and I could definitely be better at that. The power chart is fairly self-explanatory. It shows your best power over particular ranges. So, you can see, for example, your last 30 days, how you're doing this season, this crit season, and, your best power over all time. So my best 5 seconds here, 1374 watts. And then you can say, okay, well, that 5 seconds for 1374 watts, how does that compare to everyone else that's under 40? And it'll show you, okay, well, actually that's not horrible. It's pretty right of the bell curve. But when you come into my FTP, which not great for where I want it to be, my FTP is not super high, and a lot of fitness gurus and people that are trying to get fitter are using this, and you'll see that my 20-minute power is kind of more towards the middle of the standard deviation curve, which is a bit depressing. So it gives you a target of saying, okay, well, I know where I am against the rest of the internet cohort. I kind of want to be more to the right of this, and it'll show you how many watts per kilo you need to be in this area of the chart. So you can use this power to just see how you're doing this season, last month, and everything. You can just change all those power curves and select which one you want to benchmark against. And that's really all I use. I don't really use the compare and totals and stuff. I mean, you can use that. It'll just show you where you're sort of sitting at for the last few weeks. I'm doing a pyramidal type training model. And we're just going to go through activities and how activities work. So when you have a look at this, you'll see I've dropped in some workouts. Like here I had and you can set how hard you felt and whether it was a strong or whatever. So for example, this VO2 session, I just typed this up, and I'll show you how to type these up and set your own workouts and export them to your head units. But this one, you'll see as I click into it, you can set your own intervals. It will automatically try and find intervals. So for example, if you press A, oops, did I hit A? A, there you go. You can create an interval, and you can sort of drag drop that interval as well. So you can see what your power is in that particular time. So you can see how closely you resembled the workout that you were trying to do. And you can really dive into the details. So these were 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. And you can say, okay, well, actually I was in zone for most of these, which was great. So you can see how your really hard workouts have gone. And you can actually use it for very useful things as well. So for example, here I was doing just a zone 2 ride on ERG mode on the trainer, and I've split the intervals that I've sort of created here within the workout just to see how I went in the different 3 stages of the workout. So it was an hour and a half of zone 2. And if my zone 2 wasn't set correctly, my heart rate would rise. But actually my heart rate and zone 2 is set pretty much bang on. And so you see that I started with 155 for half an hour, 148, and then 144 for the last bit of it. So 190 is kind of right in the middle, bang in my zone 2 at the moment, which is fantastic. You could basically do a similar workout, and if your heart rate is going up, you'll know that maybe your FTP is not set correctly, or you're fairly fatigued. So there's a bunch of data that you can grab out of this and make your own assumptions. Now, this week I'm going to Jindabyne. I'm doing a race today. Not going to do too many hard days this week. But if I wanted to ride tomorrow, which I'm not, I'm traveling, I could click here and I can create a bunch of workouts. I've got a crit build in here. I've got some workouts that I do in here. And so, for example, if I want to drag drop, I say, okay, well, I've made all of these. So 4x5 VO2. So I want to drag that in. And that's going to pop in there. And you can see I've just sort of typed all these out. And it's really easy to actually do these, right? So for example, if I want to add something here, you do the dash and you can type whatever you want. But I can say, I want to do 100 watts for 20 minutes, and that'll just jump it into the workout, right? So it's very easy to make your own workouts. It's pretty much pure text. Once you know the syntax, it's super easy. You can either do a 65% or 111%, say, to represent how far above it is above your FTP. Or you can do a specific wattage figure, which I don't recommend because it doesn't scale when you get fitter. And then a time, so very, very easy to do. So yeah, and obviously when you drag something in, it estimates how fatigued you're going to be in the preceding days. So you can see just by dragging that one workout in, I'm sort of going into the high risk category on the last day of my Jindy tour. Whereas if I was to delete that workout, which I'm not going to do, I'm not going to do this workout. If I was to delete it, I would be right in that optimal level. You'll see there. So you can see if what you're planning to do that week is too ambitious or not ambitious enough. And you can plan, I wouldn't plan more than a week ahead because a lot of this you're going to be doing based on how you feel. So I did a club ride here. I felt strong. Effort wise, it was pretty hard ride. And yeah, you can just sort of say, okay, I felt bad, I felt good. And then, you'll see when I'm pretty fatigued, like this right here, I wasn't feeling actually I was feeling pretty good there. But like here, I was feeling not so great, right? And so if you have a few days where you're getting, you've said I felt poor, then it's time for a rest day. So you can see I put a rest day here. So really easy to sort of plan. Obviously you can go via heart rate and stuff like that, but I still maintain if you don't feel good in the ride, record it and then, apply a rest day. So that is intervals. Please check it out. It's fantastic. Not that I'm a coach, but you can sort of choose to coach people as well and drag workouts into their folders and their weeks and stuff like that. But yeah, it will help you plan your weeks, plan your training, and get better and get faster. And it's free. So go check it out. If you've got any questions, leave it in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys next time.